At Hill Brothers Transportation, we roll together.
On October 13th, 1992, this young man.
I met Pete Hill down in Kansas City, and went into his little office, and he's sitting there. He's just a short shit anyway, but and he's sitting there chewing on a cigar, looking at my application, and he said, "Well, I don't like to take a chance on you bed buggers, you know. I've never had any good luck with them, you know." And I'm looking at him like this little sawed-off person talking like this. I've worked pretty well, you know. He said, "But I'll give you a chance and I'll test you." I said, "Okay." Well, the first week I come up here on a Monday and go through orientation. They put me in a truck by Tuesday afternoon and run to Texas, get back to Kansas City. Well, then I get to meet Pam Ward on a Saturday morning. And she goes, "You know, I don't normally do this, put a new guy on our Appleton, but I'm going to take a chance, and if you screw up, you'll never get another load out of Kansas City." So I already had two people threatening me when I only been here a week. You know, and things were good. I started doing what they needed. They made me right, let's put it, because they never fired me. But I talked to Pete about a month ago, and I said, "Well, any more tests? You know, I've done just about everything I can here, you know." And he goes, "There's always one more test, Animal." And I said, "Well, what is it?" He said, "You'll know it when you do it." And I'm going, I was thinking about calling Pat Hill on the phone and say, "Hey, do you have a favorite cornfield that I can get rid of your brother in?" But I thought maybe I better not, you know, but no, it's been enjoyable. I've known a lot of good people here, some new faces, some not old in the sense of age now, but been here a while. I've seen some of them grow up from there to where they're at now. And it's been like a party the last couple of years anyway. And like I told Al yesterday, if they leave me alone, let me keep doing what I'm doing, I'll do a year contract. You know, and go from physical to physical and then go from there. But I can't complain. I've had a lot of good friends here that's gone to other companies because they didn't like it here or whatever, and they try to call me and, "Animal, come on over here, man, it's great." No, I ain't going nowhere. I mean, why would I want to go and start at the bottom somewhere when basically there's only, 4 people ahead of me in the whole company? And you're not one of them. So, but no, you know, and it's funny because when I started here, Kansas City get me out, and Pat Hill would get me into Omaha and back down, so he had control of me. Well, now ain't that kind of weird now that his son has got control of me? And you know what, I'm going, wait a minute, this just ain't right. You better not know where any cornfields are. All right, we'll keep that in mind. But no, I've enjoyed it, and I appreciate everybody here. New, old, in between. Made my life a little bit easier in my personal life. My wife's handicapped, and I get home, spend the time I need with her, and then leave when she's asleep. Get up and back. And that's the way I like it. And like I said, one year, they said, "Well, Animal, you got to go over the road." I say, "Here's your keys." Because I can retire anytime. Not looking forward to it because it's in the blood. You know, when you've been around a lot of good people and that's made you part of their family, and I earned every bit of it. It was tough getting in. Getting that cigar out of Pete's mouth was the biggest thing. He'd always be chewing and looking at you kind of weird. Like, what did I do this day, you know, or whatever. But it was good. And I thank everybody. Anything you got to say?
Don't go. You don't have to wander off. No, I think everyone at this company knows who you are.
Yes.
You know, you've not only been an employee that, as you said, you earned this. You know, you did. You know, nothing here in this company is given. I mean, it's earned. What I do every day, everything. You know, we all have to come in and play our part. But part of our culture says that we're families supporting families.
Right.
This is a family company that was started by Pete Hill Sr. Years ago, more than 45 years ago. You know, with the intention of I want to support my family is why he got into it. But he soon learned this can actually support all these families, right? And we can work with each other. And I urge everyone that, that's what we're about. We all have to come in and contribute. And clearly, few people can say they've contributed more than you after 30 years of being here. There's 4 people, and I'm not included. He likes to point that out.
Okay. I have no doubt. Well, the first time I met you, what I do, knock on the door, and I said, "Who the hell are you?" When he was, he's looking at me like, "What the hell are you?"
At that time, you were a long list of people who wanted to tell me that I wasn't in charge of them. So.
I let him know the second day, but that was all right. But no, that's what these new guys or new drivers, new people in the office, they got to realize they'll give you the opportunity to make yourself better, but you got to work for it. They'll give you every advantage, whatever's going on, they'll figure out a way. But don't go to them with a problem unless you got a solution in your mind, because people just say, okay, and never hear about it again. But if you got a solution, they'll think about it.
We can keep talking, right? If you've got some, we can talk through it. And I'm sure after 30 years, there's been ups and downs. But what I've seen is you've always had the patience to let us work through things. In the truck driving world, some customers and lanes, they can come and go. And that's a reality of this business. That can upset routes, that can upset routines, it can upset sometimes your family situation. And I know that when those have happened to you, you've trusted us to get it right. And we've been able to do that and continue this partnership for 30 years. So
it's been a long haul.
We can't thank you enough. Honestly, we really can't. It's an excellent accomplishment.
It's a good family to be in. If you know where
if you say so.
Are. Well, I've never had a closed door on me anywhere here. Never. I mean, when during the sad time of the corona and all that, well, I didn't like that because I'm a hands-on person. I like to physically let people know what I need and what they need to do for me or what I can do for them. And when you're looking through a window, it ain't right. Because what's that guy say when you go to a drive-in to get food, they screw you in the drive-through? Well, that window's right there. You don't know what's going on. And I hated it with the customers because there's nothing you could do. But we had to go through it. It made us stronger, some of us, some just walked away. But it didn't slow me down. I just kept going with it. And with the help from everybody here.
Yep.
So I want to thank everybody, and maybe I'll get a year contract. I got to talk to Pete when he calls me today. I know he will. See if he'll sign a year contract. But we'll see what happens. He'll probably say 2 tests then. I don't know.
You might have some goals attached to it. I don't know.
I don't know how many more I can give you guys. My garage and my cabinets are full of all kinds of things, and I'm thinking, well, when I'm gone, what are my kids going to do with all this stuff, I don't know. Can't sell it. It's got my name on it.
Well, you have a legacy here.
Yeah.
You have a legacy that won't soon be forgotten.
Well, like
I
told everybody, when you talk about a person being a legend, you don't want to tell them all the things they've done. You just want to tell them a story about that person. And that will spread it. And the story starts off that big, but then it gets bigger because everybody's got to add something. That makes your legacy go. So that's the way I like it.
Well,
but thanks to everybody for taking time out of the computers. I did have a teacher once tell me when I was about 7, she hit me with a ruler, and I was looking out the window. You're not going to amount to anything looking out a window. Well, I think I do. I doubt if she's still alive, but she's probably looking down, shaking her head. I'd still hit him with that ruler again. But no,
We won't. We're not going to hit you with any rulers. We're not going to do that.
I don't know.
We welcome the guys that like to look out the window.
Hey, well,
You belong here, man. You're home. How about that? But you knew that.
Yes, I knew that before you came.
I know. You didn't need me to tell you that.
You had to get our permission to be here.
You were part of the approval process, I'm sure.
You know, the young boys that were little when I came here, they always showed us respect to the good guys, you know, and I've seen every one of them grow up. I've got one that's shares my birthday, a daughter. I haven't seen her since she grew up, but I remember her being about that big. And somehow we got to something about a birthday, and she said, well, my birthday's in May. And I go, when in May, you know? And then she says, May 16th, and I grabbed her, and she freaked out, you know? This hairy guy grabbing you, what the hell, you know? And it was down there at the office, and I told her, that's my birthday, and I call her every year on our birthday. That's Pete's daughter.
Nice.
But they all treat me like gold. I am special, but it's because of you guys. You know, you made the path go that way. I could have went the other way. I was doing all right when I was single, young, and stupid, but I learned. And I thank you all.
Well, we thank you, man.
Thank you.
Been a great 30 years.
I think so.
Well, we'll keep it going, I guess, one contract at a time.
Well, I got to talk to Pete. He did hire me. He's the only one who can actually fire. Well, Al would do that in a heartbeat. Pat would just take me to a cornfield. Come here, I want to show you something. And I'd fall for it.
Something tells me I don't think you'd fall for that.
Life is good.
All right, well, you ready to eat?
Sure.
We got lots of cookies here.
Certainly appreciate his efforts. He participates in the Wreaths Across America convoy. It's a program that takes wreaths to the graves of fallen soldiers at the national cemeteries. He's gone out to Colorado.
I've done that 4 years.
Yep. And this year we're going out to
Leavenworth
National Cemetery, Leavenworth, Kansas. It's a big deal, and to have somebody at Hill Brothers participating in that's an honor for us. But I know it's a personal honor for Animal as well as he's a veteran. So we have a nice decal that's going to be able to go onto his truck that shows that he is a supporter and a veteran and remembers those folks. So there you go. And we'll put that on your truck. I got a smaller one too if you want to place another one, but
I knew he was going to do that.
I can see there's more. I'll let you know where I want it.
thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
What else you got there?
No, that coat was just remodeled.
Remodeled?
Yeah, they put the Hill Brothers Driver of the Year on the sleeve. I've done most of it. When I got it, it had this one here and that one, and I've done everything else on it. The $2 million, and she changed it to $4 million.
Oh, perfect.
But it worked out great. That thing I've had longer than some of you've been here. No, it's great.
Yeah. Well, thank you again.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
You want a cookie?
Party! Yeah, party! Party! Party!